My child, stop for a moment. Do not scroll past this. I am speaking to you right now, and this moment matters more than you realize. I know how many times you have said, "It feels like the same thing keeps happening," and how often you wondered if today would just look like yesterday. But hear me clearly. This is not another repeating day. This is not another delayed answer. It is official. The cycle breaks today. I am not whispering this. I am declaring it over your life. I need you to listen with your heart, not just your ears. You did not find this message by accident. I drew you here because something is shifting, and I want you present for it. Too many of my children stay trapped because they leave right before the turning point. Do not leave now. Stay with me. What I am about to release will not only explain your past, but it will change your future. You have felt the pattern, haven't you? The same struggle wearing a different face. The same disappointment knocking again. The same weight returning just when you thought it was gone. And you quietly asked me, why does this keep happening? Today I am answering you. Today, I am interrupting what hath been repeating. Today is not symbolic. Today is decisive. Before I go further, align yourself with what I am doing. When you like this video, you are saying yes in faith. When you hype this message, you are declaring agreement with heaven. When you comment, even if it is just one word, you are putting voice to your expectation. Share this with 3 people, because what I am breaking in you, I want broken in them too. And subscribe to this channel, because I am building consistency where chaos once lived. These are not empty actions. They are small obediences that open big doors. My child, I know you are tired of false starts, tired of temporary change, tired of progress that feels like it never lasts. But I am not the God of almost. I am not the God of cycles without purpose. When I say something is official, it means heaven has already signed it. What has been looping in your life has met its deadline. It will not follow you into what comes next. Do not tell yourself this is just another encouraging word. This is a notice of change. I am calling your attention because once you hear this, you are responsible for how you respond. And I am calling you because I trust you. I would not speak this to you if you were not ready to walk it out. So breathe. Settle your heart. Stay right here with me. What I am about to reveal will bring clarity to your confusion and strength to your spirit. This is the moment the line is drawn. The pattern stops here. The weight lifts here. The cycle breaks today. My child, I want you to know this before anything else. I see you. Not just the version of you that smiles for others, but the one that sighs when the room is quiet. I see the thoughts you carry that no one else hears. I see the questions you repeat in your mind when night comes and answers feel far away. You have wondered if anyone truly understands how heavy this has been for you. And I am telling you now, I do. I have watched you try again when you were already tired. I have seen you hope even after disappointment taught you to be cautious. I know how many times you told yourself, maybe it will be different this time, only to feel the same pain return. You did not imagine the pattern. You did not exaggerate the struggle. What you felt was real, and what you endured mattered to me. You have blamed yourself in quiet moments. You asked if you were doing something wrong, if you lacked faith, if you missed a step. But hear me clearly, my child. Your struggle was not proof of failure. Your tears were not weakness. Your waiting was not wasted. I was present in every moment you thought you were alone, and I was working even when you could not see movement. I know the confusion you felt when you prayed sincerely, Yet the situation did not change. I know how discouraging it was to watch others move forward while you felt stuck. I know how exhausting it became to explain your pain to people who could not fully understand it. Sometimes you stopped talking about it altogether because repeating it only reminded you of how long it had lasted. I saw that silence too. You are not invisible to me. You have never been overlooked. Every time you thought, maybe this is just how my life will be, my heart was already preparing something different. I allowed you to feel the weight, but I never intended for it to crush you. I allowed the delay, but not because I forgot you. I allowed the cycle to show itself so that when it broke, you would recognize my hand. I know you felt tired in your spirit, not just your body. Tired of being strong, tired of starting over, tired of believing and then bracing yourself for disappointment. I know there were moments you felt ashamed for feeling this way, as if faith meant you were not allowed to be weary. But I never asked you to pretend. I asked you to trust me with your truth. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. Everything you have walked through has brought you to this exact moment where I am speaking to you clearly and personally. I am not distant from your pain. I am close to it, and I am gentle with you. So let your heart rest for a moment. You do not need to prove anything to me. I already know you. And because I know you, I am telling you this with certainty. What you have been carrying is about to change. My child, now listen closely, because I am about to reveal something you have misunderstood for a long time. The cycle you have been facing was not proof that I abandoned you. It was not evidence that you were cursed, blocked, or forgotten. What kept repeating was not sent to destroy you, even though it felt painful. Some things repeated because you were being prepared for a level of clarity and authority you did not yet have. You thought the cycle meant you were failing. I tell you now, it meant you were learning. Each repetition exposed something. What you tolerated, what you feared, what you trusted more than me, and where your heart still needed healing. I was not watching you struggle from a distance. I was standing with you, teaching you how to see, how to discern, how to choose differently when the moment finally came. There are lessons you could not have learned in comfort. There was strength you could not have gained without resistance. I did not enjoy watching you hurt, but I valued who you were becoming. The enemy wanted you to believe the cycle defined you. I allowed the cycle to reveal the truth about it so it would lose its power over you. Here is what you must understand. Cycles only continue where there is confusion. Once truth arrives, repetition loses its grip. Today, I am giving you understanding. I am showing you that what kept returning was not stronger than you. It was familiar. And familiarity can feel like fate if you do not recognize it. You blamed yourself for not escaping sooner, but you did not yet have the full picture. You needed discernment before deliverance. You needed awareness before authority. That is why this moment matters. Now you see what you could not see before. Now you recognize patterns instead of just pain. And because you see clearly now, you will not walk blindly again. Some cycles end not because circumstances change first, but because you do. You are not the same person who entered this struggle. Your prayers are deeper. Your boundaries are clearer. Your spirit is stronger. And I do not waste growth. I wait until what I built in you is stable enough to sustain what I am about to release to you. Do not look back with regret. Look back with understanding. Every delay sharpened you. Every disappointment taught you something valuable. Every unanswered question pushed you closer to me. What once felt like stagnation was actually alignment happening beneath the surface. I needed you to learn the difference between what feels familiar and what is healthy. I needed you to stop mistaking endurance for assignment. I needed you to know that staying strong is not the same as staying where you no longer belong. And now that you know, the cycle has nothing left to teach you. That is why I can say this with authority. The repetition has reached its end. Not because you tried harder, but because you understand deeper. And understanding changes everything. You're right. Thank you for catching that. Here is the support message, Variation 1, written exactly to be placed immediately after Part 3, flowing naturally from the revelation about cycles breaking. My child, when you choose to support this work, you are not giving to a platform. You are sowing light into lives that are still trapped in the cycles I am breaking today. Every seed you release through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal becomes a doorway for my word to reach another heart that feels stuck, unseen, and weary. I am the one who said that when you sow generously, rivers will flow, and this seed becomes oil poured where chains still exist. I am saying to you now, this is me inviting you to take part in the harvest I am releasing. As this cycle breaks in your life, let your obedience help break it in someone else's. Do not delay this moment, because obedience delayed can miss divine timing. I bless what you give, and I promise it will return multiplied in ways you cannot measure. Act now. You Super Thanks. Join the membership, or give through the PayPal link in the description or the QR code on this video, and seal this moment as an act of faith. My child, now that I have shown you the truth, I must speak to you firmly, because love does not stay silent when direction matters. What I am breaking today cannot be carried forward by returning to what feels familiar. Freedom will not survive if you keep reaching back for what I have already loosened from your life. This is not punishment. This is protection. Do not confuse comfort with safety. Some of the things you keep revisiting feel familiar because you have known them for a long time, not because they are good for you. Familiar voices, familiar habits, familiar responses, they may feel easier, but they are not where I am leading you. I am calling you forward, not back into what once held you. Hear me clearly. You cannot step into a new pattern while feeding the old one. You cannot pray for change and then keep choosing the same doors. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be honest. Honest about what weakens you. Honest about what pulls you away from peace. Honest about what I have already told you to release. Some cycles survived because you tolerated what I was trying to remove. You called it patience, but it was actually delay. You called it loyalty, but it was actually fear of letting go. I am not condemning you for that. I am correcting you so you do not repeat it. Correction is not rejection. It is guidance from a father who sees where the road leads. Do not keep explaining away what convicts your spirit. When something costs you your peace, your clarity, or your obedience, it is too expensive. I have already shown you the pattern. Now I am asking you to stop just noticing it and start responding differently. This is where many cycles restart, when awareness comes but action does not follow. I am warning you gently because the enemy will try to pull you back with familiarity. You will whisper that change is risky, that staying is safer, that nothing will really be different. Do not listen. Familiar pain is still pain, and comfort that costs you growth is not comfort at all. You do not need everyone's approval to obey me. You do not need to explain your obedience to people who do not understand your calling. Some relationships, routines, and mindsets cannot come with you where I am taking you. Not because they are evil, but because they belong to a season that has ended. Do not romanticize what I have already redeemed you from. Do not return to habits that numbed you instead of healing you. Do not settle back into patterns simply because they are known. I am doing something new, but new requires space. This is your moment to choose alignment over familiarity. I am not standing over you with anger. I am standing beside you with direction. Walk with me, not behind your past. Let what I am breaking stay broken. Your obedience here protects what comes next. My child, I want you to lift your head for a moment and listen to me with a softer heart. You are not walking through this alone. Even when you felt unsure, even when your steps fell slow, I was with you. I did not step away when you questioned. I did not pull back when you grew tired. I stayed, steady and present, carrying you in ways you did not always notice. You have been stronger than you realize. Strength does not always look like confidence or bold movement. Sometimes strength looks like getting up again when you wanted to stay down. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to quit even when you did not know how things would change. I saw every quiet act of faith you thought did not matter. None of it was wasted. I know there were days you felt worn down, days when hope felt fragile and your heart felt heavy. You wondered how much longer you could keep believing when the evidence felt thin. But hear me now, endurance has been growing in you, even when joy felt distant. I have been shaping a resilience in you that will carry you forward into what comes next. You do not need to have everything figured out to move with me. You do not need perfect faith or perfect clarity. All I ask is that you keep your heart open to me. When you feel weak, that is not failure. It is an invitation for me to be strong in you. I never asked you to carry this alone, and I am not asking you to start now. Let go of the pressure you have placed on yourself to be unshaken all the time. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to admit when something feels hard. I am not disappointed in you for feeling weary. I am near you in it, strengthening you from the inside out. Remember this: the fact that you are still here, still listening, still hoping, is evidence that I am working. If I were not sustaining you, you would have given up long ago. But you didn't. Because I was holding you, even when you felt like you were barely holding on. I am not rushing you. I am not comparing your pace to anyone else's. Your journey is unique, and I am guiding you step by step. Some days will feel lighter. Some days will feel heavy. Through all of them, my presence remains constant. You are never abandoned between moments of breakthrough. Strength is returning to your spirit, even now. Peace is settling where anxiety once lived. Confidence will rise not from pride, but from trust. Trust that I am leading you and that I will not fail you. You are not too weak for what is ahead. I would not lead you there if you were. So take courage, my child. Rest in the truth that you are supported, loved, and guided. You do not have to strive to earn my help. It is already yours. Walk forward knowing I am with you, steadying every step. My child, now I speak to you about what comes next, because I do not call you out of something without leading you into something better. When I say the cycle breaks today, I am not leaving an empty space behind. I am replacing what drained you with what will sustain you. I am exchanging confusion for clarity, heaviness for peace, and delay for steady progress. I promise you this: what I am bringing into your life will not require you to lose your peace to keep it. You will not have to fight the same battles again. You will not have to beg for what I have already prepared. What comes next will feel different because it is built on alignment, not survival. You are stepping into a season where things make sense in ways they never did before. Trust my timing, even if it feels slower than you want. I am never late, and I am never careless with your heart. When I delay, it is because I am protecting you or positioning you. I see the full picture, not just the moment you are standing in. If I rushed you forward before you were ready, you would arrive early but unprepared. I love you too much to do that. I assure you that obedience will not leave you empty-handed. Every step you take with me opens the door to provision you could not create on your own. I will supply wisdom where you once felt unsure. I will give you peace in decisions that used to cause anxiety. I will establish you in places where you once felt unstable. This is not temporary relief. This is lasting change. Do not be afraid of starting again. New beginnings with me are not repeats of old mistakes. They are clean starts guided by experience and truth. You are not entering this next season naive. You are entering it equipped. What once hurt you has taught you discernment. What once delayed you has trained your patience. Nothing was wasted. I promise to walk with you through every step. When you feel unsure, I will guide you. When you feel weak, I will strengthen you. When you feel afraid, I will remind you of who I am and who you are to me. You do not need to fear losing what I give, because what comes from me is sustained by me. I am not asking you to figure out every detail. I am asking you to trust me with your next step. Light will come as you move, not before. You will understand more tomorrow than you do today, and more the day after that. Faith is not knowing everything, it is knowing me. Hold on to this assurance. What I have promised you will come to pass. I am faithful, even when circumstances shift. I do not change my mind about you. I do not revoke my plans when things get difficult. What I begin, I complete. So rest in this truth, my child. You are not walking into uncertainty alone. You are walking into a future I have already gone before you to prepare. And I will be with you every step of the way. My child, this is the moment where understanding must become movement. I have spoken to your heart, revealed the truth, and reassured you of what is ahead. Now I am calling you to respond. Not with fear, not with hesitation, but with trust. Breakthrough is not only something I declare, it is something you step into. I am asking you to choose today. Choose to believe me over your past. Choose to trust my voice over the memories that try to pull you backward. You have lived long enough reacting to what happens around you. Now I am inviting you to live led by me. This decision does not require perfection, but it does require surrender. Release what you have been holding out of fear. Fear of losing control. Fear of being disappointed again. Fear of stepping forward and wondering if it will really be different this time. Give me those fears. They were never meant to lead you. Faith does not mean you feel no fear. It means you do not let fear decide. This is a moment for prayer, even if your words feel simple. Speak to me honestly. Tell me where you are uncertain. Tell me where you feel weak. Tell me where you are ready to change. I am not waiting for polished language. I am listening for a willing heart. When you invite me into your decisions, I respond with direction. You may feel a pull in your spirit right now, a quiet nudge telling you that something needs to shift. Do not ignore it. That is my guidance. I do not shout over your life. I lead with clarity and peace. When something no longer feels right, that is not confusion. That is discernment awakening. Step away from what I have shown you is no longer aligned. Step toward what brings peace, even if it feels unfamiliar. Growth often feels uncomfortable at first because it stretches you beyond what you have known. But I am with you in that stretching. I will not let you fall. Decide today that you will not repeat what I have already freed you from. Decide that you will respond differently when old patterns try to return. Decide that obedience matters more than comfort. This decision is not about one moment. It is about a direction. And direction determines destination. You do not need to announce this decision to everyone. This moment is between you and me. Quiet obedience carries great power. When you choose alignment, I activate doors you could not open on your own. When you choose trust, I release peace that does not depend on circumstances. So take this step with me. Even if it feels small, even if it feels uncertain, take it. I will meet you there. This is not the end of your story. It is the turning point. And I am walking forward with you, guiding every step you take. My child, now rest your heart and listen to me gently. What I have spoken over you today is settled. This is not something fragile that can be undone by one bad day or one fearful thought. The cycle breaks today because I have declared it, and what I declare stands. You are not walking away from this moment alone. I am walking with you, sealing what has begun. Peace is returning to you, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. That is my presence settling your spirit. You do not need to rush ahead or look back in fear. Take this moment as confirmation that you are safe in my hands. What once controlled you no longer has authority. What once drained you no longer defines you. I am doing something new, and it is already taking root. As you move forward, remember this truth. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience, wisdom, and growth. The future ahead of you is not built on survival, but on trust. I will guide you when decisions feel unclear. I will steady you when emotions rise. I will remind you who you are when doubt tries to speak louder than truth. Now hear me, because this moment does not end with you alone. What I have released into your life today is meant to flow outward. When you choose to support this work, you are partnering with me to break cycles in lives you may never meet. Your giving through super thanks, membership, or PayPal becomes seed in the ground, and I am the Lord of the harvest. I am saying this to you directly. This is me inviting you to help carry this word where darkness still tries to repeat itself. Do not treat this as a donation. Treat it as obedience. I bless every seed you sow, and I declare it will return to you pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. Act now. You super thanks. Join the membership, or give through the PayPal link in the description or the QR code on this video, and let your obedience speak. My child, as this message comes to a close, let peace remain with you. You do not need to strive to keep what I have given. I will sustain it. Walk gently today. Be attentive. You will notice small confirmations, quiet shifts, and new clarity. These are signs that the cycle truly has ended. Before you go, align yourself fully with what I am doing. Like this video as an act of agreement. Comment and speak life over what I have said to you. Share this message with 3 people who need to hear that their cycle can break too. Subscribe to this channel, because I will continue to speak, guide, and strengthen you. Hype this video, not for attention, but so this word reaches every heart that needs it. Go now in peace. Walk forward with confidence. The old has passed, and the new has begun. I am with you, always.